Hello there. Tonight's bedtime story will be Mother Holly. Yeah. There once was a widow who had two daughters. One of them was beautiful and hard-working. The other ugly and lazy. The woman was much fonder of the ugly, lazy girl because she was her own daughter. The other one was forced to do all the work and became the Cinderella of the household. Yeah. Every day that poor girl had to go sit down by a well near the roadside and spin for so long that her fingers would start bleeding. One day it happened that her spindle was covered with blood, and so she went over to the well to rinse it off. The spindle slipped out of her hands and fell all the way down to the bottom of the well. The girl burst into tears and ran home to tell the stepmother about her misfortune. The woman scolded her mercilessly and was so nasty that, in the end, she told her, "If you let the spindle drop into the well, then go back and get it." That sucks. The girl went back to the well and tried to figure out what to do. She was so terrified about having lost the spindle that she finally just jumped into the well to retrieve it. That's a smart plan. She lost consciousness down at the bottom, and when she came to her senses and woke up, she found that she was lying in a beautiful meadow. The sun was shining, and there were thousands of lovely flowers around. The girl wandered around on the meadow and discovered in the middle of it an oven that was full of bread. The bread called out to her, "Take me out, otherwise I'll burn. I was done a long time ago." The girl went over to the oven and took the loaves out, one at a time. The girl continued on her way until she came to a tree whose branches were heavy with apples. The tree called out to her, shake me, all my apples are ripe and ready." She shook the tree until the apples all came down as if it were raining fruit. She put the apples into a pile and continued on her way. Finally, the girl arrived at a little house. At the window there was an old lady with teeth so huge that the girl got scared and wanted to run away. But the woman called after her, "What are you afraid of, dear child? Stay with me. And if you're good about doing the household chores, you won't be sorry. But you have to be sure to make my bed right, and to shake the eider down so that the feathers start to fly. That's how you get snow on Earth. I am called Mother Holly." That's the title of the story. The woman had spoken so gently with her that the girl felt encouraged and agreed to work for her. It was settled. She carried out all her chores to Mother Holly's satisfaction, shaking the bed so vigorously that the feathers flew about like snowflakes. In return, her life was not unpleasant. There were no harsh words spoken, and every day there was meat on the table, boiled or roasted. The girl had been living with Mother Holly for a while when she began to feel sad. She wasn't sure what the matter was, but she soon realized that she was feeling homesick. Even though she was 1,000 times better off here than at home, still she longed to go back. Finally, she said to Mother Holly, I have a strange yearning to return home. I know that I'm better off here than back there, but I just can't stay any longer. I have to see my family again." Mother Holly replied, "I'm not at all angry that you're asking to go back home. Since you served me so loyally, I'll take you back myself." She took the girl, she's not little. She took the girl by the hand and guided her to a large gate. When the gate opened and the girl was passing through it, gold showered on her, and it struck her so that she was covered with it from head to toe. "That's your reward for working so hard," said Mother Holly, and she gave her back the spindle that had fallen into the well, which was the whole purpose of going down into the well. Then the gate closed, and suddenly the girl found herself back up on Earth, not far from her mother's house. When she got to the yard, a rooster was perched at the well, crowing, "Cock-a-doodle-doo, cock-a-doodle-doo, golden girl's here, and she's well-to-do." Then she went into the house, and since she was covered with gold, her mother and sister made a big fuss over her. Materialistic wenches. The girl told them everything that had happened to her, and when the mother learned how she had come by such great wealth, she was anxious to bring the same good fortune to the ugly, lazy girl. She told her daughter to go over to the well and start spinning. To make the spindle bloody, the girl put her hand into a hedge of thorns and pricked her finger. Then she threw the spindle into the well and jumped in after it, Like her sister, she found herself on a beautiful meadow. But when she saw the oven with the bread crying, take me out, otherwise I'll burn. I was done long ago," the lazy girl replied, "Do you really think I want to get all dirty doing that?" And she kept going. Soon she came to the apple tree, which called out to her, shake me, all my apples are ripe and ready." Here was her answer. "What are you thinking? Why would I want to get hit on the head?" And she kept on going. When she arrived at Mother Holly's house, she was not at all afraid, for she had already learned that she had big teeth. And so right away she agreed to work for her. On the first day, she forced herself to work hard and did everything that Mother Holly told her to do, for she really wanted to get her hands on all that gold. On the second day, she began to take things a little easier. On the third, she took it even easier and decided to stay in bed. She even refused to make Mother Holly's bed as she had promised, forgetting that she was supposed to shake it until all the feathers flew around. Before long, Mother Holly was fed up and ended her service. The lazy girl didn't mind at all, and was sure that gold would now rain down on her. Mother Holly took her to the gate, and when she passed through it, a cauldron of pitch, not gold, poured down over her head. That's unfortunate. "That's the reward for your service," Mother Holly said as she closed the gate. The lazy girl got back home, but she was covered with pitch, and then when the rooster at the well saw her, he cried out, "Cock-a-doodle-doo, cock-a-doodle-doo, Tar Girl's here and she needs shampoo." But the pitch wouldn't come off, and it stayed on her for the rest of her life. That sucks. The end.